Now question number 3 is 3x minus 1 divided by x square minus 1. Now we know that x square minus 1 can be factorized into x plus 1 and x minus 1. So we have 3x minus 1 divided by x square minus 1 is equal to 3x minus 1 divided by x plus 1 into x minus 1. Now as we did earlier that we are going to decompose the given fraction into the partial fraction. So since we have 3x minus 1 divided by x plus 1 into x minus 1, since we have linear unrepeated factors in the denominator, so it's 3x minus 1 whole divided by x plus 1 into x minus 1 is equal to a by x plus 1 plus b by x minus 1. Multiplying both sides by the LCM of denominator, we just get 3x minus 1 is equal to a into x minus 1 plus b into x plus 1. It's our equation number 2. Now since both the factors in the denominators are the linear ones, so we can apply the zeros method over them. So first we take let x plus 1 is equal to 0. This implies that x is equal to minus 1. Putting in equation number 2, we just get 3 into minus 1 is equal to a into minus 1 plus b into minus 1 plus 1. This will give us a is equal to 2. Similarly, we will take the other factor, that is x minus 1 is equal to 0. This will give us x is equal to 1. Again putting x is equal to 1 in equation number 2, we just get 3 into 1 minus 1 is equal to a into 1 minus 1 plus b into 1 plus 1, which will give us b is equal to 1. Now the last and the very important step is that we are going to put the values of a and b in equation number 1. So in place of a we will write 2 and in place of b we will write 1, since the value of a is 2 and the value of b is 1. Now question number 6 is 7x minus 25 whole divided by x minus 4 x minus 3. Once again you can easily observe over here that the factors in the denominator are the linear and non-repeated. So we will decompose the given fraction into its partial fractions as we say, same as we did in the last sum. So let 7x minus 25 whole divided by x minus 4 into x minus 3 is equal to a by x minus 4 plus b by x minus 3. It's our equation number 1. Multiplying both sides by x minus 4 x minus 3, which is LCM of the denominator of the given fraction. So we get 7x minus 25 is equal to a into x minus 3 plus b into x minus 4. Now once again the given factors are the linear ones, so we can apply the zeros method over them. So we will take them one by one. So let x minus 3 is equal to 0. This will give us x is equal to 3. Putting x is equal to 3 in equation number 2, we just get 7 into 3 minus 25 is equal to a into 3 minus 3 plus b into 3 minus 4. This will give us minus 4 is equal to minus b. Minus on the left hand side will be cancelled out with the minus on the right hand side, and we will get the value of b to be 4. Similarly, we will apply the zeros method over the other factor, which is x minus 4. So let x minus 4 is equal to 0. It will give us x is equal to 4. Putting in equation number 2, we just get 7 into 4 minus 25 is equal to a into 4 minus 3. It will give us a is equal to 3. Again putting the values of a and b in equation number 1, we just get 7x minus 25 whole divided by x minus 4 x minus 3 is equal to 3 divided by x minus 4 plus 4 divided by x minus 3. Now reduction of an improper fraction into its proper fraction. It is a very important thing to do whenever we will be given the improper fraction. Keep this thing in your mind that we cannot decompose a fraction into its proper fractions if the fraction is an improper one. So we will have to first reduce the improper fraction into proper fraction. Only then we will be able to decompose the fraction into its partial fractions. So every improper fraction can be reduced by division, that is by long division, to the sum of a polynomial and a proper fraction. It means to say that by doing the long division method we get the sum of a polynomial and a proper fraction, and then we will reduce that particular proper fraction into the partial fractions. And the way we write the given resultant fraction after long division as is given here, that is nx by dx. Nx stands for the numerator and dx stands for the denominator, so it will be nx by dx is equal to qx means quotient and rx means remainder. So here we will be having four terms. One is the numerator, the other one is denominator or divisor, we can say quotient, and the remainder. So after long division we will just write nx by dx is equal to qx plus rx divided by dx. So we will solve a sum in which we will be given an improper fraction, and after converting it into the proper fraction we will decompose the resultant proper fraction into its partial fractions. So first, you can easily observe over here that the degree of the polynomial in the numerator is greater than that of the degree of the polynomial in the denominator. The degree of the polynomial in the numerator is 3 and that of the denominator is 2. So the given fraction is obviously an improper fraction. We are going to reduce it into a proper fraction. Now how are we going to reduce it into a proper fraction? The denominator is written outside 3x square minus 2x minus 1, and inside we are writing 6x cube plus 5x square minus 7. We know that we will have to multiply 2x to each and every element of dx to go for the division. We know that 3x square will be multiplied to 2x to get 6x cube. So 2x into 3x square is equal to 6x cube. Then we will multiply this 2x to the rest of the terms of dx and will write them beneath the appropriate terms or the like terms. So 2x into 3x square will be equal to 6x cube. Now 2x into minus 2x will be equal to minus 4x square, and 2x into minus 1 will be equal to minus 2x. After changing the signs and after doing the addition subtraction accordingly, we just get 5x square plus 4x square is equal to 9x square, then it's plus 2x, and then it's minus 7. Now 9x square can be divisible by 3x square, and what are we going to do is we are going to multiply each and every term of dx by 3. So in the quotient along with 2x we are going to write plus 3, which means that now we are going to multiply each and every element of dx to this plus 3. So plus 3 into 3x square will be equal to 9x square, 3x into minus 2x will be equal to minus 6x, and 3 into minus 1 will be equal to minus 3. While changing the signs and doing the addition subtraction, we just get 9x square minus 9x square will cancel out with each other, and 2x plus 6x will be equal to 8x. Similarly, minus 7x plus 3x will be equal to minus 4. Now you can easily observe over here that we have quotient, numerator, divisor, and remainder, and they have been indicated by the arrowheads. We are going to write the resultant of this division as nx by dx. Nx means 6x cube plus 5x square minus 7, and dx means 3x square minus 2x minus 1 is equal to qx. Now qx is 2x plus 3 plus rx. Rx means 8x minus 4, and dx is again 3x square minus 2x minus 1. So we will write the respective terms in their own positions. So we have 6x cube plus 5x square minus 7 whole divided by 3x square minus 2x minus 1. The quotient is 2x plus 3 plus rx by dx means 8x minus 4 divided by 3x square minus 2x minus 1. Now since 2x plus 3 is the polynomial, so we will write them in the answer as it is, but along with the polynomial 2x plus 3 we have a proper fraction, and we are going to reduce this proper fraction into its partial fraction. So we are going to take at 8x minus 4 divided by 3x square minus 2x minus 1. Since we have done the sums related to the conversion of the given fraction into partial fraction, and we observed that the denominator was given in terms of factors. So first we are going to factorize this 3x square minus 2x minus 1 into its factors by using sum and the product method, or we can say midterm break method. And after applying that particular method, we just get 3x plus 1 into x minus 1. Now 3x plus 1 into x minus 1 are the non-repeated linear factors, so we will use the same method as we did earlier to decompose this fraction into its partial fractions. So let 8x minus 4 whole divided by 3x plus 1 into x minus 1 is equal to a by 3x plus 1 plus b by x minus 1. Again multiplying both sides by the LCM of the denominator, we just get 8x minus 4 is equal to a into x minus 1 plus b into 3x plus 1. Since the denominator contains linear factors, so we can apply zeros method over them. So we will first take x minus 1. Let x minus 1 is equal to 0. This implies that x is equal to 1. Putting x is equal to 1 in equation number 2, we just get 8 into 1 minus 4 is equal to a into 1 minus 1 plus b into 3 into 1 plus 1, which will give us 4 is equal to 4b and b is equal to 1. Similarly, we will take the other factor, that is 3x plus 1, and we will let it equal to 0. So let 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. It will give us x is equal to minus 1 by 3. So putting minus 1 by 3 in equation number 1 in place of x, we just get 8 into minus 1 by 3 minus 4 is equal to a into minus 1 by 3 minus 1 plus b into 3 into minus 1 by 3 plus 1, which will be resulted in 0, and the b will be eliminated. So we will get the value of a as equal to 5. Now putting the value of a and b in equation number 1, we just get 8x minus 4 by 3x plus 1 into x minus 1 is equal to 5 divided by 3x plus 1 divided by x minus 1. But it is the value of 8x minus 4 divided by 3x plus 1 into x minus 1. The resulted fraction which we just obtained after converting the given improper fraction into proper fraction is this one, that is equation number 1, 6x cube plus 5x square minus 7 divided by 3x square minus 2x minus 1 is equal to 2x plus 3, plus in place of this 8x minus 4 divided by 3x square minus 2x minus 1, we will write its partial fractions, and we will get 2x plus 3 plus 5 divided by 3x plus 1 divided by x minus 1. The important points which you will have to keep in your mind while decomposing a fraction into its partial fractions are: general method applicable to resolve all rational fractions to the form nx by dx is as follows. First of all, you will have to check for the proper and improper fraction, that is the numerator must be of lower degree than that of denominator. This is what we have been discussing from the very start, that first we should check for the fraction to be proper and improper fraction. If it would be improper fraction, first it will be reduced into proper fraction, only then we will be able to decompose it into its partial fractions. So firstly, the numerator must be of lower degree than the denominator. The degree of numerator is greater than the degree of denominator, then division is used and remainder fraction can be broken into partial fractions, as we have done in question number 8, that the given fraction was in improper fraction, so we reduced it into a proper fraction by the long division method, and then the fraction which we just obtained after long division was to be decomposed into its partial fractions. Make substitutions of constants accordingly, that is we will have to substitute a and b by their values accordingly, and for the solution we will multiply both sides by LCM of the denominator.